And welcome back to Osceola County Stadium, Kissimmee, Florida. Matt Trevisan here with Bernie Gunther and Jade Smith, and we will be bringing you the 13 and under USSSA All-American Championship game. Today's contest, the number one seed out of the American Division, a 5-1 record, the Midwest Region American team. And from the National Division, also with a 5-1 record, the Far West Region Nationals. Both clubs mirrored image records, 5-1, but more interestingly than that is the Midwest scored 52 runs in this tournament. The Far West scored 53. The Midwest gave up 32, and the Far West gave up 31. So two closely matched clubs for this game. We're going to get underway here in just a minute. Let's see if we can get the starting lineups. We'll get to that here momentarily. 16 teams in this 13 and under All-American bracket. Here we go for the Far West region. Leading off, center field is McKenna Alosa, followed by Ross Smith and Brian Aribe, the second baseman in the four-hole. Matt Polk at shortstop, Justin Smith in right field, Brian Kraft on the mound. Rossi Martinez will get the start in left. Sergio Perez at the hot corner. And batting 10th, the extra hitter, Jim McCurry. Defensively for the Midwest, they're going to line up left to right. Brian Stevens, Chase Spencer in center, and Tobin Aller in right. Across the infield, Elijah Smith, Ellington, and Carroll at short and second, respectively, and Sean Maxwell at first. And our battery in today's contest, behind the dish, Hudson White, and on the mound, Elise Orozco. There's your starting lineups to get us rolling. And we're going to be underway here in just a moment. This is a 16-team bracket, 16 teams, 8 national, 8 American. The country divided into 8 regions by USSSA. Both these teams, the number one seeds, although they did each lose a game in pool play, still the number one seeds coming out of pool play. And we are going to be underway here. First pitch, a called strike. "90 degrees here at game time. 104 with the heat index. That'll come into play. Fly ball, shallow right field, and our first out is in the books. First pitch in the dirt. We'll get you more information on all these players as our broadcast rolls along here. Ground ball put into play, second base. An easy out at first. And just like that, 3 pitches into the game, and there's 2 outs. Chase Spencer with that play at second base. So now stepping in for the Far West, Brandon Smith. He's the catcher. Digs in, sets, takes ball inside. Down and in. 13 and under age division, playing major league size field. Ground ball to short. And just like that, 4 pitches in, and that is the end of the visiting half of the first frame. When we return, the Midwest, our home team, will be up to bat. And we're back to Osceola County Stadium. Let's take a real quick look at the Midwest American Division lineup. Hudson White leading off, the catcher, followed by Zach Carroll and Elise Orozco, the pitcher. Batting in the 4-hole, Tobin Aller, followed by Sean Maxwell, Elijah Smith, Brian Stevens, Chase Spencer batting in the 8th hole, playing second base. Rowan Ellington at shortstop, and 2 extra hitters, Jackson Favre and Gentry Cantrell. Defensively for the Far West, in left field, Rossi Martinez, Brian Uribe up the middle, Justin Smith in right. From third to first, Sergio Perez, Matt Polk at short, McKenna Olison at second, Braden Ross at first, and behind the dish, Brandon Smith, and on the mound, the big lefty, Brian Kraft. Leading off for the Midwest Americans will be Hudson White, second baseman. Takes a called strike. Bottom of the first inning here. No score. Far West went 1-2-3 in the top half of the frame. Ground ball back up the middle. Fielded by the shortstop, and the throw pulls Braden Ross off the bag at first. Surely our official scorer is going to score that an E6 on the throw, allowing the Midwest leadoff man to reach base. Now White on first base, nobody out. He'll be followed by Zach Carroll, playing center field for the Midwest American squad. And we'll use the word National and American to help describe these two teams, and we'll get into that a little bit later in the broadcast on exactly what that means. First pitch low and away, ball 1. Beautiful high skies here in Central Florida. Light, fluffy clouds. As I said earlier, game time temperature in the 90s. Runner on the move. Errant throw. Going to get a stolen base. No more than that, though. Brandon Smith uncorked that one. I've probably got to believe lost his grip. That'll happen here in the humidity and the sweat as it rolls down the arm. Hudson White for the Midwest in the box. 2-1 count, nobody out. Runner on second for the Midwest squad, our home squad in this championship contest. Time called at the plate by Hudson White. I'm sorry, by Zach Carroll. I apologize. Hudson White on second base. 2-1 count on Carroll. He steps back in. Ball outside. 3-1. Brian Kraft, the big lefty for the Far West squad. You can follow along on the pitch count in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. Carroll draws the walk. Kraft may just have a little bit of the championship game jitters. It's going to happen. You do have to remember that these are 13-year-olds playing on the Major League field, Major League spring training home of the Houston Astros, pitching from 60 foot 6 inches, 90-foot base paths. Outfield fence lines up at 330 on the lines, 390 in the corners, 410 to center. It's a big diamond for these young men. Gets the called strike on the inner third. Elise Orozco in the box for the Midwest. Carroll on first, White on second. Nobody out. And Kraft goes inside, outside, gets a called strike on both sides of the corner, gets ahead in the count, 0-2. we get back to action. Kraft comes set. Runners on first and second. Ground ball to first. Trying to turn the hard side of a double play. The ball gets away, and that's going to plate the first run for the Midwest squad. That's always a tough throw to make for the first baseman because he's got to throw it through the back of the runner, advancing from first to second. It's a tough throw. It's a hard throw. This early in the ball game might have been better just to take the easy out at first, get the one out. As you can see, the throw gets away, gets tangled up in the runner. So that'll bring Tobin Aller to the plate. He's the right fielder. He's going to step up with runners on first and second, nobody out. His team already spotted a one-run lead here in the bottom of the first inning. The southpaw Brian Kraft on the mound for the Far West National squad. He deals and delivers. Fly ball launched out to shallow center field. Brian Uribe underneath it, makes the out. Runners hold still. Far West gets their first out here in the bottom of the first frame. That'll bring up first baseman Sean Maxwell for the Midwest squad, sporting jersey number 12 in these All-American games. He steps in, Kraft comes set, runners on first and second, one out. Pulled foul just a tad bit in front of that fastball. Bounces around in the bleachers, down the steps, and heads over to the USSSA National Headquarters. Of course, USSSA National Headquarters here make up the right field wall of Osceola County Stadium. That's where all the magic's done inside that building right there that puts together these games. Jackie Algar and her administrative staff do a great job here. And we've got a rundown between second and third, and we're going to get a clean advancement. What started out as a base running miscue is going to turn into both runners advancing. The runner on second took off on first movement by the pitcher. The second throw of the rundown was dropped, and that allowed Carroll to advance to third. Now we have runners on second and third, one out. A swing and a miss, 2 strikes on the batter. Sean Maxwell, a tall, lanky first baseman. I had the opportunity to watch Sean play a few innings in a game 2 days ago, and a steal for home, and he is going to be out at the plate. But we're going to have an errant throw into the outfield. We're going to have another runner attempt to score, and he is going to be safe, and I am sure we're going to have time called, and we're probably going to have the umpires get together, maybe not, just to make sure that everything on that play was clean. Of course, you have to remember now, the pitcher, he's on the rubber. The runner breaks for home. If the pitcher steps off the back of the rubber, he's no longer the pitcher, and he is just a fielder. And now the coach of the Far West is going to request that conference. And what the umpires are going to talk about here is they're going to, number one, did the pitcher step off the back of the rubber, thus making himself a fielder? So when he threw that ball to the catcher, it was a throw and not a pitch. We'll see if we can take another look at it. Here it comes. Let's see. It does appear that he stepped off the back of the rubber, thus making him a fielder. And as you can see, the umpire got tangled up in the play. Let's watch the pitcher's back foot here. He did. He most definitely stepped off the back of the rubber, so he becomes a fielder. So that's a legal play. I'm sure the umpires will sort this one out. They'll get it right. Which means that from what I see in the replay, the lead runner is going to be out at the plate, and that'll be scored 1-2 on the putout. And then the errant throw by the catcher back to third to get the trailing runner is going to be scored an E2 that's going to allow that runner to advance to home, and will most likely put the Midwest up 2-0 here in the top of the first, or excuse me, the bottom of the first inning. We'll give the umpires a moment to sort it out, because ultimately you want to make sure that they get it right. Doesn't matter who makes the call, it's just as long as they get it right. A few conversations here has got to go on. Of course, you're going to have to explain to each coach exactly what the ruling is. You know, there's a lot of quirks in the game of baseball. Interesting things that can happen. Of course, you saw there the umpire got tangled up in the play. And it does appear that they did get it right. So we're going to have 2 outs. The batter is going to, they're going to put the batter back on second base. They're going to say that he attempted to advance beyond second after time had been called. So he's going to be on second base. We're going to have 2 outs, and we're going to have 2 runs plated. And it looks like we're going to have another discussion about the batter on that play. Or excuse me, not the batter, but the other runner that was on base. And I'm sure they'll get it all sorted out without a problem. Guys, I'm clueless what the hell's going on now. All right, I'll just try to talk our way through this. Okay. Umpires getting back together again. I believe the question now is that was there any type of interference at the plate inadvertently by the home plate umpire who did get tangled up in that play accidentally? And if so, then we got to apply what's in the rule book. We're going to take another look at it. You will clearly see the pitcher stepped off the back of the rubber, thus becoming a fielder. We've got a missed tag. Now we've got a tag, okay? Unfortunately, the umpire did get in the way. We do have the out at the plate. Now, here's the runner, and let's see if we can identify who that is. That is, let's see if we can get a number on the back of that jersey. There we go. That is Elise Orozco, number 42. He was on second base when the pitcher stepped off the back of the rubber, and then they retired the runner at the plate.
Some wild action here.
It is. It definitely is, Bernie. Matt Trebashon here, joined by Bernie Gunther. And they're sorting it out. And they appear to have sorted that out to the justification. And the Far West manager seems to be okay with the explanation he gets from the umpire. So I believe they have sent Elisa Orozco back to second base, which means the run will come off the board. And our score goes back to 1-0 with 2 outs. And I'll tell you what they're going to judge here. I'm going to go out on the limb here, and I'm going to tell you that when the runner at home plate, he was tagged out, and then the umpire got tangled up in it, one of his partners in the field immediately killed that play, which means that Orozco on second base could not advance. So he's going to go back to second. And then they're going to get the strikeout there of Sean Maxwell. And then there is another errant throw by the Far West, and we're going to have ourselves another rundown and an out at the plate to end the inning. Wow, what a wild bottom half of the first inning. We're going to sort this thing all out on the break, and when we come back, we're going to tell you pitch by pitch what happened there in the bottom half of the first inning. But after one complete, the Midwest leads.
First started swinging Marucci bats when I was in AAA. I needed some bats to swing, and I heard about Marucci at the time, so I gave it a shot. I mean, just the difference in the bats were amazing. You know, it felt so good in my hand. It felt like an instrument almost. My name is Andrew McCutcheon, and I swing Marucci. Check out Big League tested and approved Marucci products now.
This is Adam Jones, center fielder for the Baltimore Orioles. When he's not playing baseball, he's watching baseball. When he's not watching baseball,
watch him run.
He's reading about baseball.
I'm going to nasty.
When he's not reading about baseball, he's listening to baseball.
I don't know how I would pitch that.
And when he's not listening to baseball, he's playing baseball. MLB.com at Bat, the #1 app for live baseball.
All right, we are back to Osceola County Stadium. Matt Trevichon here, joined by Bernie Gunther and Jade Smith, who will be down on the field a little bit later. Okay, let's try to explain what happened there in the bottom half of the first inning. I'm going to try the best I can. I'm going to apply what's in the rule book here. We had a steal of home. The pitcher legally stepped off the back of the rubber, thus making himself a fielder.
Yep.
He threw the ball to home.
Yep.
They retired the out at home. In the process of that play, the home plate umpire got tangled up with the runner after he had already been called out.
Right.
One of his partners in the field saw that and immediately killed the play. So they sent Ellis Orozco, who was the player that attempted to score after the play had been killed. They sent him back to second base, and that's why we're back with a score of 1-0. So, Bernie, I have blazed my way through the first inning. I'm going to turn it over to you for play-by-play, and maybe we'll get we'll get a little bit more stable baseball here in the second inning. Take it away.
This is going to be Brian Uribe leading things off against Ellis Orozco, the starting pitcher. So far, no hits, too, as well in this championship game. Between these two great teams, 13U championship. Brian Uribe, Matt Polk, and Justin Smith due up here in the top of the second inning. And this ball is grounded to the second baseman, and an easy play there made by Chase Spencer, who get the first out, taking care of Brian Uribe. That brings Matt Polk to the plate. Shortstop for this Far West squad.
That was one wild first inning, Bernie. One wild first inning.
Matt Polk at the plate. Nice pitch inside corner, 70 miles an hour for a called strike. Swing and a miss. Two and two. And a tap pitch down to first. And oh, wow, nice little play there. How about Matt Polk? He goes under the tag of Sean Maxwell, and he's safe over at first base. How about that? Take another look. Swing and a miss, runner going. As now Justin Smith comes to the plate. There's a stolen base. Tapped on the ground, there's a base hit through the left side of the infield. And so they are on the corners. Kraft over at first, Smith at third, and Rossi Martinez with a chance to tie it for the Far West. And a balk is called, and that will tie the contest. 1-1 here in the second inning. And the pitch gets away, and a runner going to third. Wild inning continues now. Midwest at the plate. I'd love to, by the way, that all the different jerseys that these guys get. Far West with a little different look here.
Yeah, Far West wearing the royal blue, Dodger blue with the gray accents. Midwest in the Columbia blue with the royal accents of the Kansas City Royals. Of course, each region's team colors are matched up to a major league team in that region of the country. Nice full sublimation, dry fit jerseys they get to wear.
Courtesy of Boomba.
Courtesy of Boomba. Wearing the professional New Era cap. All players in solid white pants.
Bun laid down. And they look the runner back, and they have. Justin Smith caught in a rundown. And the throw is high, and he's out at home. Wow. Really looked like his feet got in there. Tight play, but a nice little job there by the catcher. Hudson White is a really high throw, and is able to bring it back down. And Justin Smith thought he was safe.
Well, Bernie, he never got to home plate. He still hasn't touched home plate. Watch where his feet go. See where the dish is. See where the mask is. He goes over the top. He goes over the top of home plate. He goes over the top. And I don't think the left foot ever actually touched the plate. You got to remember, home plate is flat with the playing surface. It doesn't stick up like the other bases. So it looks like possibly his left foot went over the top of home plate. The catcher tagged him out.
Rossi Martinez.
I'll tell you, Bernie, I have seen more quirky plays in this contest so far, and we're only in the top of the second. I've seen more quirky plays in this one contest than I've seen in this whole tournament this week.
It's been wild indeed, right?
It has been a wild one.
Two and 0. Martinez at the very bottom of the lineup in the 8-hole. Martinez, Perez, and McCurry. Big swing there. 2 and 1. 2-1, tapped on the ground, backhanded by the shortstop, across the diamond, and how about Martinez able to beat it out? And everybody's safe. They're on the corners now. Here's another look. Perfectly placed ball and too long of a throw for the Midwest shortstop. Roswin Ellington across the diamond.
All right, guys, let's start 2-out rally. Let's go.
Popped up, and it falls foul. Pitch misses outside. It's 1 and 2. Base hit out to right field. Far West scores again. A double to make it 2-1. Here's another look. Low and outside, and it is driven. That'll bring up Jim McCurry. After the double by Perez. This ball is smoked as well to the gap, and it's outside of the reach of the right fielder. Two more come in to score, back-to-back doubles. And it's a 4-run second inning for the Far West, putting it all together. They are fired up indeed.
Come on, kid, be smart. Let's go. Get off.
First pitch down and inside. Top of the lineup. And Max. And he hits it sharply to the first baseman. Place made and the side retired, but 4 in, 5 hits. Far West got a 3-run advantage as we head to the bottom of the second inning.
First challenger. Uh-oh. Seems kind of heavy, don't you think?
We might need to cut this up.
The zero pretty light. I don't know. Maybe the other side?
That should even
that
out.
should make it right.
Yeah, ID0 1-0.
Next competitor.
Time to get the cutting on this one too. Still no comparison.
No way the coaches let me on the field with this.
Might be in the dugout with it.
We can go one more.
Ooh. Get a couple curls in.
You about to get big out here.
Big but fast though.
ID0.
You can cut some off for that.
We're gonna cut the tongue and everything. No comparison.
Still rock bottom.
That just happened.
Lighter the cleat, faster the game. It's no competition. I'm out of here.
Enough said.
Far West back to the plate. Matt Trevisan talking things over, the Senior Vice President of National Events for USSSA. And let's check in with Jade Smith, who's down in the dugout with Zach Carroll now, who tried to steal home earlier.
Thanks, Bernie. So, Zach, definitely pushing the limit on the bases.
Yes.
When you stole third and home, did the coach tell you to go, or did you go on your own?
He told me to go. It's been like that the whole tournament. We've just been risking to win. So we want to win, and we want to win a championship. We didn't come here to lose.
So definitely using your speed. If you go on your own, what do you look for from the pitcher?
A slow wind-up or a slow kick.
All right, and what do you do to better your speed and agility?
I run a lot, and if you want to get fast, you have to run fast.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bernie?
Fast running indeed, stealing home. Matt Trevisan firing up all the officials here, trying to get the explanation on the final play and the final out. 4-1 score here. Second game of the day. Midwest getting set to come back to the plate. Elijah Smith due to lead things off. If only they're mic'd up, we could find out what the entire conversation is about here. And the conversation continues. Couple extra warm-up throws. Looks like we are ready for baseball. I'm sure Matt Trevisan will fill us in on exactly what's happening in this championship game. All right, we're ready. With Elijah Smith, the third baseman. Smith, Stevens, Spencer for the Midwest team. First pitch, a ball. Starting pitcher for the Far West, Brian Kraft. And a lot of conversations here in this championship game. Both these teams really want to win it. All right, Matt Trevisan has joined us. Long conversation down there.
We did, Bernie. We had to sort through that play at the plate because there was some question. One team believed that the runner at the plate was called safe. The other team believed the runner at the plate was called out. So there was a little confusion on whether that was a run or not. I got with the umpires, and in fact, the runner at the plate was out. And immediately upon the umpire interference, they killed the play.
Right.
And the other runner that was on base, who actually was Elise Orozco, they sent him back to second base, which is where he was at when the play began. Nobody can advance on the umpire interference. So they sorted it out, and they got it right, and that's what matters to me. So 4-1 is our correct official score.
It's good. They've gone back and forth, so at least both of the managers agree the play has been scrutinized, which is obviously the best you can ask for, and obviously these umpires doing everything they can to make sure that they've got it right.
And I like to always see when umpires will come together, because, you know, although one guy may be standing 90 feet away, he may actually have a better look at the play being 90 feet away. Sometimes being right on top of the play, as we saw right there at the collision at home plate with the umpire, sometimes being right on top of the play is a disadvantage.
Correct.
You know, sometimes being able to see it from a further away distance, you can see it more develop and see what happens. But bottom line is all that matters to me is that we got the score right. That's what counts.
2-2, got him swinging, a big swing and a miss there at 70 miles an hour, and they get Elijah Smith to start the inning.
Well, now I'm hoping now, Bernie, since we've been able to sort that all out, we can get back to some normal baseball now.
That brings up Brian Stevens, starting left fielder for the Midwest American team.
Now keep an eye on Brian Kraft here, the pitcher, the lefty for the Far West, Bernie. He just straightened his hat, but watch what happens after this pitch. His hat's going to end up crooked.
There's so much effort, so much put into every pitch.
Yes, but it's a left-handed thing.
Yep.
Right-handed pitchers don't have that problem, but for some reason, left-handed pitchers, whether they do something with their head or something, and it knocks their hat sideways.
3-0, call to strike. It's 3-1.
Of course, you know, our leader of our scout team for the All-American Games, Dan Stone, you know, he pitched in college. He was a left-handed pitcher.
Yep.
And he had the old school delivery where he actually took his hands up over his head, old style. And he would, in his playing days, he would always, as his hands and glove went up over his head, he would hit the bill of his cap and knock his hat crooked before he ever came down with the ball.
Crazy.
It's a lefty thing. Can't explain it. It's got something to do with thinking with the wrong side of the brain. And that's not to imply that that left-handed people are wrong or anything like that. It's more of a joke than anything.
Now batting number 54, Chase Spencer.
All right, Chase Spencer getting aboard here. Excuse me, Stevens getting aboard, bringing with a walk. That brings up Chase Spencer. Great day for baseball here.
Oh, look at those beautiful cotton candy clouds, Bernie. Just gorgeous sky here in Central Florida.
Start ahead.
90 degrees. Beautiful. Slight breeze. Very slight, but slight breeze.
Yep.
7 miles per hour from the south.
Says the man in the air conditioning.
Says the man in the air conditioning. Yes, he does.
Stevens going to lead on first. Midwest trying to score in consecutive innings. That was a nice pitch there. Lifted out to right field. This should be the second out, and it is. Nice job by Stevens. Trying to see, get about a fourth of the way down the line before he saw that the hour was retired and had to return back to the bag at first.
Well, you know, when you have that ball to shallow right field, that runner's got to commit out a certain amount of way, because if that ball gets dropped, he's got to advance.
This is Ellington now. Ellington, the shortstop.
Now with USSSA's four-man umpiring crew on these games, the left-handed pitchers are not going to be able to cheat quite as much as they normally would. You know, lefties are famous with a two-man umpiring crew of fudging that step a little bit to first base. And but when you have that umpire standing right there at first, of course, you just can't get away with that. So it evens it up the score a little bit, makes it a little more fair for the runners at first.
Top-level game, top-level umpires, and he got 4 of them.
Yes.
Everybody's keeping an eye.
Just makes each one of their jobs easier.
0-2, swing and a miss.
Specifics.
Side retired on a strikeout. A big pitch there for the Far West, Brian Kraft. He sends the Far West back to the plate for the 3rd inning when we come back.
Challenger.
Uh-oh. Seems kind of heavy, don't you think?
We might need to cut this up.
Out of 0, pretty light. I don't know. Maybe the other side?
That should even out.
That make it right.
Yeah, out of 0, 1-0.
Next competitor.
Time to get the cutting on this one, too. Still no comparison.
No way the coaches let me on the field with this.
Might be in the dugout with it.
We can go one more.
Ooh. Get a couple curls in.
You about to get big out here.
Big but fast, though. Out of 0. You can cut something off for that.
We're going to cut the tongue and everything. No comparison.
Still rock bottom.
That just happened.
Lighter the cleat, faster the game. It's no competition. I'm out of here. Enough said.
Back for the 3rd inning. Get your chips and your popcorn ready. We got the USSSA All-American games for you on MLB.com here. 2nd game. It's the 13U championship. We are glad you're aboard. Bernie Gunther, Jade Smith, Matt Trebuchet. Some smart fans and family members in the shade watching this one.
The best seat in the house at Osceola County Stadium is always a seat in the shade.
It's one thing that I'm hoping as they make some renovations over at Space Coast Stadium that they're going to improve his create maybe a little bit more shade over there, because they don't even have the overhang at Space Coast like they have here.
No, you're right. And, of course, Bernie's talking about the what's going to be the new home of USSSA, Space Coast Stadium over in Vieira, Florida, between Cocoa Beach and Melbourne Beach. Going to be a beautiful state-of-the-art 13 or 14 field, all synthetic turf complex, including the stadium. And you're right, I was fortunate enough to sit in a meeting where we were discussing that exact subject. And it appears they're going to try to erect some type of temporary or mobile canopy right behind home plate.
That'd be great.
That it will shade like about 10 rows, but that it can be taken down for events that are going to fill the stadium.
Okay.
You know, because obviously that canopy would block the view of anybody behind them. So we'll see what comes up there. But yeah, USSSA, real excited, interesting and exciting stuff going on with the move coming up to Space Coast. Of course, Space Coast is Cocoa Beach and Melbourne Beach are the 2 beaches closest to all the theme parks in the Orlando area. So it's going to add a little extra flair for some of these events. The All-American Games, of course, will move to Space Coast, along with the Elite World Series and the NABC. All that stuff will be moving there in the future. And not only can the teams spend some time on the beach, but they're still close enough to the theme parks to take in that.
Right.
Let's do it all.
USSSA mentality.
Do it all.
Bradley Ross leading off the inning with a walk that brings up Brandon Smith. Smith takes a pitch inside for a ball. Orozco is the pitcher, Smith is the batter.
You got it, B.
As this one hit out to right field.
So Bernie, a little background about the USSSA All-American Games. The country is divided into 8 regions: Far West, Northwest, Central, Midwest, Northeast, Great Lakes, Atlantic, and Southeast. And in each one of those regions, there are 3 tryouts. For instance, the Midwest region on the field now consists of...
There is a double play to end the inning. 4-6-3. Some brilliant defense retires the side. All right, moving on. It's 4-1 here at Osceola County Stadium.
We are the game changers, the soldiers.
We are one and we are many.
We fight together for one common goal.
But how we fight?
Well, that couldn't be any more different.
We each have our own skills
and our own needs.
Which is why we choose these as our weapons.
A collection of the hottest tools to give us the power we strive for.
These are the game changers. For the game changers. We are one. We are many.
We are
DeMarini Nation.
Power to the players.
Next.
Expected wait time, 55 minutes. Your call is important to us. Thank you for your patience.
In the nation, we know how it feels when you aren't treated like a priority. We do things differently.
We'll take care of it.
We put members first.
Thank you.
Join the nation.
Nationwide is on your side.
We are back at the USSSA All-American Games for the bottom of the 3rd inning. Pete Smith, Bernie Gunther, Matt Trebishon with you. Bottom of the lineup. These 2 teams batting their entire roster, as is the case in the All-American Games. It makes it easier on the coaches, and they don't have to decide who's in and who's out as far as the batting order is concerned.
Well, but you know, you got to look at it this way, Bernie. This is a roster of 12 different All-Americans. I mean, isn't everybody a 1, 2, 3, or 4 hitter on these rosters?
Absolutely.
I mean, so you know, it does. It makes life a little easier. What it really does, though, is it frees up the substitution. It allows the manager to move the players freely every inning. You know, defensively, it just makes job easier. They've got enough to worry about. I mean, they met these kids on Sunday, and here they are playing in the championship game on Saturday. Yeah, so they don't exactly have a lot of time to spend getting to know the players. Most of that time is spent on the field in games, learning them in the pool play portion of the tournament. So it's kind of trial by fire.
Leading off for the Midwest, number 37, Jason Farr.
Jackson Favre is going to lead things off.
So before the break, I was talking about I was giving the example of the Midwest region. 3 tryouts in the Midwest region, 1 in Dallas, Texas, 1 in El Paso, Texas, and 1 in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The Midwest region is made up of New Mexico, North Texas, and actually not truly North Texas because the line runs south of Dallas down through San Antonio and then includes Oklahoma.
Let's check it out with Jade Smith down on the field. She is with James McMurray, who cleared the bases in the last half inning. Jade?
You did a great job with the big hit clearing the bases. What helps you be so successful at the plate?
Hard work, just hitting over and over and over.
Is there any specific drills or reps that you like to do on the off season?
Just hitting at the cages.
Okay, and how's your week been like here at the All-American Games?
It's been stressful the first couple of days.
But you've been having fun?
Yeah. Once it started hitting good, yeah.
How exciting is it to be at the championship game right now?
It's very exciting being here. Can't wait to win this game.
Thank you so much, Bernie.
Thanks, Jaden. Right now, the Far West leading 4-1.
So, Bernie, the flip side of the Midwest region is, of course, the Far West region. And the Far West region is made up of Southern California, Arizona, Utah, and Nevada. And the 3 tryouts that were available for those players were in Mira Loma, California, San Diego, California, and Chandler, Arizona. So we have some players here at the All-American Games that live in northern Nevada that traveled all the way to either Mira Loma, San Diego, or Chandler, Arizona, just so they could get their tryout and be included in these All-American Games.
You ready for it?
Gentry at the plate, bottom of the lineup. 3-1 he's ahead here for the Midwest team, trailing by 3. And again, these athletes, if you're not a part of this year's All-American Games, you're going to have a chance next year to be a part of it as well.
Definitely do. If you're the parent or a player, you want to go to the website www.USSSAallamerican.com. That's all run together, USSSAallamerican.com. And, of course, right now, the 2016 information's up, but the 27 information is coming very, very soon.
There's a ground out. They take care of Gentry at the very bottom of the lineup. Probably have the best assistant in all of USSSA and Jackie Algier, who makes sure she takes care of you.
You know, most people don't know this, but if it wasn't for Jackie, I think I'd have drowned years ago. She is definitely a top-notch asset to the USSSA baseball program.
Hudson White. Deep shot, it goes over the head of the center fielder, and White headed to second as this one rolls to the warning track, and he's trying to get into third, and he's got there with a 2-out triple. Gotta love the hustle there by the leadoff catcher. Hudson White, he's a catcher, doesn't run like a catcher.
He's 13 years old. He hasn't had time for those knees to rot out yet. Moves around those base paths pretty swiftly.
Big time stuff here. And a chance now to get one more back. Midwest thought that they had scored 2 runs back in the first inning.
And you know, if you're one of those social media savvy people,
yep,
you can go to Facebook, USSSA All-American, or on Twitter at USSSA AAG. That's U, 3 S's, 3 A's, and a G.
You find that a lot, right?
Been a boatload of traffic this week on the Twitter handle and on Facebook for the All-American Games.
A missed opportunity for the Midwest. We move on to the
Each and every day you come out here to the park, you give everything you got.
Behind every good team is a great coach.
Our hands are not in here, hands are out.
Today's coaches mold tomorrow's leaders.
A lot of hard work.
We know the blood, sweat, and tears that go into the job. And that's why this season, coaches fly free when booking their team's travel with us.
That's all right, come on, it's fine.
Save time, save money, fly with the Air Travel Group.
Qualifying is on to be a Boomba All-American, and this year's USSSA All-American Games have been expanded to create more opportunities for more players. This year, there'll be 24 regional showcase tryouts that will select 2 teams per region with 12 players on each team, allowing the athletes to compete in an average of 22 innings of play during the tournament. Also new for this year is a 3-game single-elimination championship bracket. Get evaluated in hitting, running, and 2 defensive positions of your choice for your chance to qualify for the Boomba All-American Games. Get more information at USSSAallamerican.com. 4th inning, 4-1. Far West on top of the Midwest. The National and the American team 4 runs coming back in the second inning after what was a wild and wacky first inning.
Yeah, Bernie, you weren't in the booth for that inning, but the bottom half of the first inning was one wild, wild west show. We had all kind of quirky plays come up in that inning. And as you can see over here, our third base umpire is still explaining that first inning to the Midwest coach. Like I had commented when we were in the second inning when we came back from the break, is that the official ruling on the play was the runner at home that was trying to steal home, he was ruled out.
Correct.
Then after the play, we had umpire interference, which immediately killed anything else on the field from happening, which caused Orozco, I believe Elise Roscoe, for the Midwest to go back to second base. And he ended up being stranded. So they ended up just with the 1 run that they had scored prior to all of that happening. It was an interesting half inning of baseball, to say the least.
Matt Polk is going to lead things off for the Far West team. Ross got aboard to begin the third, and then Brian Uribe grounded it to a 4-6-3 inning-ending double play. Polk singled, stole a base, and scored a run in his first at bat. And he lifts this one into center field. And he is retired for out number 1.
Tell you, Bernie, you want to know just how similar these two squads are. Let me throw a few things at you. Both teams, number 1 seeds. Both teams, 5-1 in the tournament at this point. The Far West scored 53 runs so far in the tournament.
Yep.
The Midwest, 52. The Far West has given up 31 runs in this tournament. The Midwest, 32. The Far West averaging 8.83 runs a game scored. The Midwest, 8.66. The Far West giving up 5.16 runs a game. The Midwest, 5.33. You can't get 2 more evenly paired teams into a championship game, no matter what you do or who you are.
Justin Smith singled his first time up as well. Good stuff being thrown here. Midwest now has got Chase Spencer in to throw. As thrown in the 70s. And this is probably the big age where they move from playing on a very short diamond, fence at 250, all the way up to the full baseball field. It really does change for these athletes, doesn't it?
It's a big jump. And, you know, where the kids that really benefit and that excel at the 13 and under age level are the kids that have already hit that mark, you know, hit puberty. They've had that first really big growth spurt. They're able to produce on this size diamond much easier than the smaller guys. You know, the late bloomers, so to speak. You know, you can say what you want about the game of baseball, and you know, strength and athleticism is always not the first thing that we think of when we think of baseball players. But strong, athletic kids are always going to excel at the sport.
Grounded over to the shortstop, and they take care of Justin Smith. Two outs now here in the top of the 4th. And the starting pitcher for the Far West, Brian Kraft now. Takes the first pitch inside. Popped up foul down the line. 2-1. Chase Spencer trying to get a 1-2-3 inning in relief. But he's fallen behind Brian Kraft, 3 balls and a strike. Ball 4. A 2-out walk issued to Brian Kraft. Rossi Martinez singled his first time up. And he hits a towering shot into center field. Kraft is going to round third. He's going to come in to score. Martinez, who almost hits it all the way to the center field wall, is safe at third with an RBI triple.
Martinez almost caught up to Kraft there between second and third. I think Kraft hesitated just a bit to make sure the ball was over the head. But Martinez was not too far behind him there as they rounded second base, headed to third.
What a shot. Came off the bat at 96 miles an hour.
I don't want to be in front of that.
And one more tacked on here for the Far West here in the fourth. They lead it now 5-1. Sergio Perez. Perez doubled his first time up. And this ball is hit well out to left field. And it's tracked down. Couple of big swings, one by Rossi Martinez and the other one by Sergio Perez. Is tracked down by Brian Stevens, but 2 big swings produce a run. It's 5-1 as we head to the bottom of the fourth.
USSSA is the stage where the nation's top sports stars shine for the country to see. On the diamond, the top baseball players are looking to be chosen by the Select 30 and compete as a team at the National Amateur Baseball Championships. In Fast Pitch, USA Elite Select and the World Fast Pitch Championships brings together premier players and teams from across the country to play for the title and continue their dream of one day playing professional softball. While Nationwide Conference USSSA hosts the stars of slow pitch softball. Take your game to the next level. Play the best. Play USSSA.
Bottom of the fourth, 4-run advantage now for the Far West after Brian Kraft walks. And how could you see that 2-out walk coming to score? Like, as a factor to really play an integral role, you walk the guy with 2 outs, and somehow, some way, he comes in to score. This time it was Rossi Martinez with a triple. Here's Ellis Orozco, who was the starting pitcher for the Midwest. Brian Kraft remains on the mound. With the Far West team who leads by 4 now. Three and one. Payoff pitch. Lined and knocked down by the second baseman. He recovers and he makes the play in time to get the out.
That's why you never give up on the ball. Never give up on it. That's the same reason why you always, from a batter standpoint, you always run out every play, because you just never know when there's going to be a bobble, when there's going to be a miscue, when there's going to be a drop throw. A lot of hustle from both players on that play.
Tobin Oler at the plate. Swings, a healthy swing through the first pitch at 69 miles an hour. Base it back up the middle. Came off the bat at 90 miles an hour. Lined right back up the middle. Here's a look.
Boy, that one came right back in a hurry, didn't it? You got a pitch speed and a exit speed on that one for me, Bernie?
Came off at 90 miles an hour, came in at 73 miles an hour.
Wow.
A launch angle of 11 degrees.
Now, all this information you're reading off of is off of the new USSSA technology called Flight Scope, right?
Yep.
I believe that's what's used on the PGA Tour. Am I correct?
Yeah, they're using it for PGA Tour golf. Obviously, just got done doing the area code games. That one's fair down the line. And a run is going to come in to score the second run of the contest. Back-to-back hits. That one down the line by Sean Maxwell. It's going to play to run.
And now all this data you're talking about, these numbers you're throwing out there, Bernie, velocities and launch angles and all that. And it's my understanding all that's going to be stored in the USSSA athlete lockers that each player is going to have in the USSSA program, right?
That's correct, as well as the myflightscope.com. Swing and a miss.
And then that they're going to use that information for what?
Well, eventually, I guess that probably some better, smarter number crunchers than myself that have an idea. But I know obviously the pitch speed, the location, where the player hits the ball, all would be valuable down the road.
So it's a scouting tool. Maybe a recruiting tool?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
3 hits in a row. They're trying to score a run. The throw is offline and by a wide margin. Elijah Smith, he's going over to third after Maxwell comes in to score. And they're going to hold Smith at second base. Didn't want to get too greedy.
Good move. He would have been a dead duck at third. They'd have had him dead in the rights. I think we're going to get a pitching change here, Bernie.
Yeah, it looked like the Far West was cruising right along, up by 4. Now they lead by just 2. And the parents are fired up as well.
No signal from the mound yet. The Far West did have somebody warming up in the bullpen. And I believe it was Brian Uribe, but I'm not 100% sure. The bullpens are quite a distance away from the press box here. But it looks like they're going to stick with Kraft. He's brought them this far. Probably going to rely on him to try to get them through this inning. He's only at 45 pitches, so he's got a ways to go in his limit.
Brian Stevens trying to make it a one-run contest. There's just an out here in the bottom of the fourth. One. Here's the runner going. Hit and run was on. It's a big pitch here.
You know, Bernie, with all the social media traffic the All-American program has had this week, anybody out there who wants to share their All-American pictures, you can do so on Facebook or Twitter. Use the hashtag USSSAAAG. USSSAAAG.
Been a lot of people sharing pictures this week.
Pictures and videos. I've seen a lot of great videos on the social media from the Orlando area this week.
Big inning here. Two already in. They're trying to score their third run and make it a one-run contest. Here's Brian Stevens at the plate. 1-2 jammed him, fouled back. Fouled away again. It's a big battle between these two, isn't it?
It is going back and forth, back and forth. What do you think? 8th, possibly 9th pitch of the at-bat, Bernie?
Yep. Ryan Stevens walked in his first plate appearance. This is going to be the 10th pitch of the at-bat.
– 70, 71, 71, 72, 71, 71, 76, 73, 73, 58, 72, 56.
And he blew it right by him. But the throw after the strikeout's going to go to left field. And that's really got to be a backbreaker for the far west. You get the strikeout for out number 2, and somehow, after an errant throw into left field, Elijah Smith is going to come in and score. It's another look. Base runner going. And the throw sailing. So after Stevens retired on a strikeout, Chase Spencer at the plate. Two and two. Pitch missing down and inside. Three and two. Fouled away again. The payoff pitch with 2 outs. Popped up and it falls in no man's land. And Spencer becomes the 4th of the inning to reach on a base hit.
On this big diamond, Bernie, there is a lot of no man's land. Not to mention all the extra foul territory. Well, it looks like Brian Kraft's day is going to be done. Coach Smith is going to go to the mound. It looks like he's going to make the change, and he's going to go with, I believe, Brian Uribe. It is going to be Uribe. Uribe is going to take over. Kraft has pitched a beauty today, Bernie.
He has indeed, and just ran into a jam here in the fourth inning. He was cruising right along, and then, of course, we take a look at 4 hits in this inning. Played at 3 runs. You know, he gets a strikeout, and yet Elijah Smith comes in to score on a wild throw.
Sometimes the line score doesn't tell the true story of how the pitcher pitched or how the game went. I can tell you visually, obviously, firsthand knowledge. Brian Kraft, he pitched a great game today. Possibly running out of a little bit of gas here in the Florida heat and humidity. You know, being from the West Coast where they have no humidity, it may have caught up to him. But either way, hats off to the young man, Mr. Kraft. You impressed me.
So Uribe in, warming up. Everybody trying to stay as cool as possible. Bring out the umbrellas, whatever it takes, right?
Hey, you got to avoid the sun. It is hot, getting hot and humid more and more as the day goes on.
So Roland Ellington now. At the plate. First pitch zipping in there at 78 miles an hour. So a little more pace here we're seeing. As Ellington trying to extend this inning. Runner on first. 3 runs already in, and Midwest trying to think about tying things up here. Pitch, sky high, pop fly, and fell just foul. Wow.
That's a tough play looking up at that high sky when the white fluffy clouds mix in with the ball. It can be very tough looking up. No visors, obviously, no glasses there on the catcher, so it can be a difficult play.
There's a look. That's one that you wish maybe the pitcher just takes and calls for it. 1 ball, 1 strike. With 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th. One fouled away, now down to his final strike. Pitch is high. Runner going, the throw sails high, and there's a stolen base. Chase Spencer looks a little bit shaken up down there at second base. Here is another look. High throw. And sometimes the shortstop and the runner connect.
Well, occasionally two players try to occupy the same spot on the field, and that never is going to turn out well for either one.
Payoff pitch with a runner in scoring position. Midwest trying to tie it up in the fourth. Blew it right by him. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes. That retires the side, but the Midwest tack on 3 more. 80-mile-an-hour strikeout pitch. The difference as we move on to the 5th, it's a 5-4 score. We are back here. 3 runs scored in the bottom of the 4th inning. Midwest leading, or trailing, I should say, by a run. 5-4 is our score. Let's check in down on the field with our own Jade Smith, who is with Brandon Maxwell.
Thanks, Bernie. So, Coach, big adjustments made last inning. What are your thoughts about your team's performance so far?
I believe we have a very gritty team that will continue to play strong. Unfortunately, there was a snafu at the plate early on. Could have cost us 2 runs possibly, for sure 1 that they did take back. Either way, great team over there the Far West has. We have a great bunch of kids, a lot of good pitching left and a lot of good hitters. We will give it a run.
What did you do to help the team come together in only just about a week?
You know, we talked from day one about learning how to gel, what it takes to become a team in a short period of time, and that is to learn how to gel with one another. Had them to sit down with each other, as us coaches did the same, and just mingle, interact with one another. It's great to get to come out here and play with kids from New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, you know, just kids from all over. So it's different culture, different types of baseball that they're used to playing. I'm a gritty, loud, outspoken guy who likes to win, so it's pretty easy for them to learn the concept I like to do. Stay active and go hard.
All right, thanks so much, Coach.
No problem.
Bernie.
Thank you, Jade.
Some pretty good words, huh? Stay active, go hard. I like that.
Right field, let's do it. Nope.
All right, 5th inning of 7. Jim McCurry leading things off. Barbecue warming up.
Barbecue warming up. Coleslaw and potato salad cooling off.
So we got for us, looking forward to after the game.
Kid, let's load
Ice cold Southern sweet tea.
Did your wife brew that as well?
Of course she did. You know my wife.
I like that. We're ready for it. But first,
we got this, just like practice. Let's go.
My wife cooks like 25 times a year. It's the 25 times of USSSA baseball in the dead of summer. Every day she brings that meal to the park for the whole staff and crew.
Gotta love it, right?
Hey, I'll tell you, some of these guys, it's the only home-cooked meals they get during the whole entire summer.
Curry got aboard in his first plate appearance. Takes a called strike there to make it 3-2.
One, kid. Right, buddy. Expect it.
Tap, but foul.
Yeah, it's real easy for spectators, you know, to observe the tournament, or, you know, their son's playing in the tournament, and they're, you know, they have a game scheduled for 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but because of the 3 lightning delays and the 2 rain delays, you know, that game doesn't get started till 10 o'clock at night. I mean, that kind of stuff does happen here in Central Florida. But what they don't realize is that the tournament staff, you know, they show up at 7 a.m. every morning, and they don't leave until the last game is over. So that 2 o'clock game that doesn't get start till 10 and doesn't end till midnight, well, they've been here since 7 a.m. So that home cooked meal is a big deal to those tournament workers.
All right, kid, shake it off. We still need you. Come on.
Some of the hardest working people in USSSA, making sure that things get done during the week. It's a much longer schedule than people think.
Well, this stuff just doesn't happen all on its own. You know, it takes a dedicated crew to pull together an event like this.
Grounded backhanded by the second baseman. They'll throw over to first and get the out.
And of course, I'll plug our National Baseball Administrator, Jackie Algar. I'll plug her again. I'll plug her once an inning if I have to, because the job she does is just absolutely incredible. She has worked 39 of the last 40 days, minimum of 12 to 14 hours in each of those days. It's amazing the dedication that she has to her program. She takes it very, very seriously.
Brandon Ross.
And I'll be honest with you, Bernie, that's what these boys deserve.
They do.
That's really what they deserve.
Tap on the ground, slow roller. And look at this. It's a 1-2-3 inning. 5-4, Midwest coming back to the plate, trailing by a run.
One, two, three, baby! All boys, let's go. Come on!
All right, we are back here, bottom of the 5th inning, and Jade Smith is down on the field with John Smith.
Thanks, Bernie. So, Coach, you got a lot of time left in this game. You're doing really well, and your kids are diving to be safe. I mean, what do you think about your kids' performance so far?
It's been awesome all week long. They're a phenomenal team. They come together like they've been together forever. A lot of talent on the team. They've been playing hard. This weather, it's hard to get used to coming from California, but they've been putting out, and it's been fun to watch.
What's been the most rewarding thing for you getting to coach this All-American game?
Well, obviously being surrounded by all this talent helps, but obviously being here with my two sons that made the team. I've been fortunate enough to have my brother who lives in Florida come up and help me, so it's been kind of like a family affair. And it's just great talent, great organ. It's run great.
Awesome. All right, well, thank you, Coach, so much.
Thank you.
Bernie?
Thank you, Jade. What a great week for baseball. Jade Smith with John Smith. And it's the bottom of the 5th inning. Jackson Favre Leading things off, he flew out at his first plate appearance. And outside corner. Caught. They're going to see just off the outside corner. 3-0. He liked the spot and takes the pitch and fouls it back. The 3-2. Ball 4. The 10-hole hitter, Jason Farb, draws a walk.
Now batting number 67, Gentry Cantrell.
And that'll bring Gentry Cantrell to the plate. Extra hitter in the lineup. Grounded out at his first plate appearance. Ball laid down and a nice little sacrifice bunt there by Gentry.
Now batting number 69, Hudson Ward.
That'll bring Hudson White to the plate. He tripled his last time up back in the 3rd inning. He's sent over at second base. There's a runner on second, getting a lead. One and two. Popped up. This one carries into center field, and the play made for the second out.
Runner's going to tag and advance up to third. You know, Bernie, it hasn't really come into play yet in this contest, and maybe it won't, but all that additional foul territory is a great advantage to the defense. You know, normally catchers at this age, 13, 14 years old, are used to about a 20-foot, 25-foot backstop. Of course, here, straight back, you're looking at 60 feet. If it goes to the corners, you're looking at close to 80 feet. And then it shortens up as you go around past the dugouts. But there's a lot of additional foul ground that a lot of balls that would normally end up in the stands where these kids play, or here, those balls are in play and can be an opportunity to retire a batter.
Two and 0. And this one is going to be scooting through the infield. It's going to tie the game. Look at this. 5-5 our score after an RBI. Drives home a run. Big hit right here. A little dribbler that just gets through the inning and gets through the infield. Ellis now at the play with the runner going. Here's a throw. And it was on time, but they couldn't apply the tag.
Throw was just a little errant to the base. Looked like it was a partial pitch out. The catcher was on the move on the pitch out, but I'm not sure the pitcher was. And the catcher had to reach back across to catch the pitch before he could set to release.
Popped up. This should end the inning, but no, the pitcher lost it in the sun, and everybody's safe and nobody's covering second. Runner going again, no throw this time. Is Torben Oliver is at the plate. Popped up, fouled away.
You know, Uribe has not pitched bad in this inning at all, but this inning just doesn't seem to want to end for the Far West. Of course, the Midwest is thrilled about that.
One and two, called a strike. And that will retire the side, but not before the Midwest ties it up. 2 innings remain in the championship game. 5-5 our score.
USSSA is the stage where the nation's top sports stars shine for the country to see. On the diamond, the top baseball players are looking to be chosen by the Select 30 and compete as a team at the National Amateur Baseball Championships. In Fast Pitch, USA Elite Select the World Fast Pitch Championships brings together premier players and teams from across the country to play for the title and continue their dream of one day playing professional softball. While Nationwide Conference USSSA hosts the stars of slow pitch softball. Take your game to the next level. Play the best. Play USSSA.
Right. 6th inning of 7 innings. Far West. The big inning came in the second where they scored 4. And we are back here for the 6th inning.
Of course, Bernie, 13 and unders play a scheduled 7-inning game. So we have 2 frames left to go. We're knotted at 5.
Chase Spencer on the hill here for the Midwest.
Leading off the far west.
As Brandon Smith, starting catcher, leading things off. Well, for 2 day for Brandon Smith. Midwest, if they can hold him here and score a run in the bottom of the 6th inning, they would have a chance to put Far West down to their final 3 outs.
You know, Bernie, I just hope that this one ends much more smoothly than it started, with that interesting and quirky play we had in the bottom of the 1st inning.
Yep.
With the runner stealing home and the runner being called out, and then followed by umpires interference and having to take a run off the board and send that runner back to second base. And wow, that was an event.
Three and 1 in the top of the 6th inning. And a walk issued to Brandon Smith to start off the inning. That'll bring to the plate Brian Uribe. Maybe the day is done for Chase Spencer. Midwest felt like they had Here's Uribe. Smith led off the inning with a walk. Uribe at the plate. And it just looks like Chase Spencer can't find the zone.
You know, pitchers will go through that sometimes, Bernie, especially only 13 years old. You got to remember that 13 years old, I mean, he's a kid. You know, he may be a teenager, but he's still a kid. And there's going to be times when he's going to struggle with his command and control. We see right there a hit batsman. That is not what the Midwest squad needed. With nobody out here in the top of the 6th inning. It's going to bring Matt Polk up to the plate. Runners on first and second here. Nobody out. Top of the 6th. Matt Polk steps in.
Ground ball down the line. It is just all they're going to say. Else that would have been an out. Two on and nobody out. Ground ball, this could be 2. Second for 1. And the throw to first is way offline. And Brandon Smith celebrates because he's going to come in and break the tie. It's 6-5 now. That's one where you just really got to do a better job taking care of the baseball.
Yeah, that might have been one of those situations where it would have been beneficial just to put that one in the pocket and take the force out at second.
Pitch in the dirt. Justin Smith, who reached on a fielder's choice. He's now at second. How about the Yankees rebuilding, by the way? Aaron Judge debuts, number 4 prospect, and he launches 446-foot blast for his first MLB home run, according to StatCast.
That is not a bad way to introduce yourself to Major League Baseball, is it?
Welcome to the party indeed, right?
Exactly.
Out to right. And it's caught for out number 2. Matt Polk says, not bad.
Now batting number 30, Brian.
Nice play out there by Tobin Oler.
It's kind of like Mauricio Cabrera of the Atlanta Braves. They unveiled him, little relief pitcher. They unveiled him about 3 weeks ago, throwing 103, 104 miles per hour up there in Chapman territory.
Base hit out to left field for Brian Kraft. Here's the throw. It's offline. It's 7-5 now, Far West on top. A big inning for the Far West to answer back with 2 more here in the 6th.
Byrne, we got one more game coming up today after this one. Of course, got a ways to go yet in this one, only in the 6th inning, 7-inning scheduled contest.
Base hit back up the middle. And they're going to score again.
Far West making a statement here in the top of the 6th. coming up in our 14-year-old game, the last game of the day.
Yep.
The Central Region National Team against the Southeast Region American team. And this is a true David and Goliath matchup because and we'll get back to that right when we come back from break.
New pitcher coming in for the Midwest, now trailing by 3. It's 8-5.
Guys, we're a 2-out team. We did this last game, remember? Last game we did the same thing. Let's go.
All right, new pitcher in for the Midwest. Sean Maxwell moving from first into pitch here.
So, Bernie, let me tell you a little bit about our nightcap game. David and Goliath, #1 seed out of the American Division, the Southeast Region, against the #4 seed out of the National Division, the Central Region.
They just didn't believe in pool play.
No,
Central
right,
Region.
exactly. They went 1-2 in pool play.
Yep.
And then banged off, or excuse me, I'm sorry, they went 0-2-1 in pool play. Didn't even win a pool game. And then banged off 3 straight bracket play wins to make it to the championship. And they did so in fine fashion. They in bracket play, they knocked off the Midwest National 12-9, then the Northwest National 6-3, and then in the semifinal contest, the Great Lakes National 13-4. So that should be an interesting David and Goliath matchup in the 14s coming up later.
Dig it out!
Grounded across the diamond, high throw. They tag the bag and end the inning. But not before 3 come in for the Far West. It's a 9-5 score as we head to the bottom 6th.
1, 2, 3, boys, let's go. Come on!
Everybody in the shade here, bottom of the 6th inning, far west. They added 3 more. The runs have come in bunches. 4 in the 2nd inning, a run in the 4th, and 3 more here in the 6th. 8-5 score here. Bernie Gunther, Matt Trebuchet, Jade Smith.
It's been a great weekend of championship baseball. Got to call 2 and 5/6 of a game, championship games yesterday. Had, of course, we wrapped up that 11-year-old championship game this morning that was suspended. We finished that at 9 o'clock this morning. Rolled into our 12 and under championship game. Here we are in our 13 championship game, and then coming up later this afternoon, our 14 and under championship game. But hey, Bernie, we're in the bottom of the 6th, but I think we got a ways to go here because we got 2 teams that are gritty, and we'll scrap it out.
Sean Maxwell leading things off. Elijah Smith at the plate, up and inside. One for 2 RBI single, scored a run.
Hey, Bernie, I see there that your Cubbies have kind of pulled away there in the NL Central, huh?
Yeah, they haven't lost in a while. You know, that in our office, Matt O'Hara, believe it or not, had I think the bet was that they weren't going to lose 43, 44, 45 games or something like that. He said at the beginning of the year, which is still a little bit crazy, but they're to the point where I think they got to win all but 3 or 4 the rest of the way for his bet to come true. I still don't know that. I think that his $50 isn't safe on that, but it's been a really good year.
Yeah, they're sitting at 73 and 41 with a 14-game lead over the Cardinals, 14.5 over the Pirates. Now, they're doing a lot better than my Atlanta Braves are. You know, Braves, of course, you know, they've actually been on a hot streak. They've won like 13 out of their last 16. The problem is when it takes you to the middle of May to win your 10th game and get in double digits in victories, you know, they're still 24 games out of first place.
Well, they just, I don't think anybody told them that the Turner Field had another season left, it appears.
Yeah, you think?
Sort of, what is it, SunTrust Stadium?
SunTrust Park. SunTrust
okay.
Park. It's basically a whole city being built there around the new ballpark up in the northwest corner of Atlanta. In fact, actually, technically the new venue is in Cobb County, but it's going to have a City of Atlanta address. It'll be the only building in Cobb County with a City of Atlanta address. And it's a beautiful facility. It can be very, very spectator friendly. Not that Turner Field wasn't, but you know, of course, a lot of people don't realize Turner Field. You know, 96 is when that was opened up for the Summer Olympics.
Yep.
And then the 97 season, the Braves played in it for the first time, so it's not that old. But the Braves franchise wanted to get out of downtown Atlanta, wanted to get more up into the suburbs.
Oh, down the line, it is fair for Elijah Smith. And Smith is trucking into second with a double.
Now batting number 49, Brian Stevens.
And just like that, Bern, Midwest has got something brewing here in the bottom of the 6th. We may be a long way from this game being over.
Well, they got 5 more outs to try to produce these 3 runs. At least that's what we know that at this point that they need.
The real question is how many times are they going to be able to go to the well, dig deeper, and pull out more runs. Down 3 here in the bottom of the 6th. Time is running out. Like you mentioned, down to their last 5 outs of the contest.
Get ahead now, get ahead now.
1-1. A healthy cut there. Runner going. And wow, it chopped right over the head of Elijah Smith. He's headed home. Here's the throw. It's there in time. They throw to second and almost turned 2. Wow, Elijah Smith. What a play. And Brian Stevens called out as well. It first started with a great throw, but I thought Brian Stevens was safe at second base. Look at this throw.
On the money. P-Rod from left field. Oh, he's out, Bern. He's definitely out. Slid right into the tag.
Take a break when we come back. Final inning. 8-5, Far West on top.
First started swinging Marucci bats when I was in AAA. I needed some bats to swing, and I heard about Marucci at the time, so I gave it a shot. I mean, just the difference in the bats were amazing. You know, it felt so good in my hand, it felt like an instrument almost. My name is Andrew McCutcheon, and I swing Marucci. Check out Big League tested and approved Marucci products now.
This is Adam Jones, center fielder for the Baltimore Orioles. When he's not playing baseball, he's watching baseball. When he's not watching baseball,
watch him run.
He's reading about baseball.
I'm going to nasty.
When he's not reading about baseball, he's listening to baseball.
I don't know how I would pitch that.
And when he's not listening to baseball, he's playing baseball. MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball.
All right, we are back after a wild end to the bottom of the 6th inning. Jim McCurry at the plate, leading things off. Taps it slowly foul.
Good eye, kid. You like that fastball, go get it.
Three and one as it skips inside. And ball 4. A leadoff walk issued.
Now batting number 86, Marana Olaso.
So it brings us back as McCurry draws a walk to the top of the lineup, and nickname of Max. Second baseman to start the game for the far west side. Takes a pitch inside for a ball. Wild pitch getting away. McCurry moves up a bag.
We're going to have a visit here from the dugout. Nobody warming up in the Midwest bullpen. So I've got to believe this is just a settle them down visit. Make sure our pitcher and catcher are on the same page with that runner on second. Midwest here just thinking outs. All they need is outs, outs, outs. Get back in. Get a shot at getting back those 3 runs.
2-0. Called a strike on the inside corner. Two balls, 2 strikes, and nobody out. Pitch in the dirt. Some struggles here for the Midwest team, and Sean Maxwell already trailing by 3 runs, trying to get their first out of the inning. Finally comes to the plate, and that one is fouled back and away. The payoff pitch, ball 4, second walk issued here in the 7th inning. That'll bring Bradley Ross to the plate. And he continues, Sean Maxwell, to struggle with his control. Popped up and caught in center. Ross is the first out.
Now batting number 45, Brandon Smith.
An opportunity for the Far West to add to their 3-run advantage. They already lead by 3, trying to add another here. Pitch way outside, misses again. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and 2 aboard here. Runner going. They caught him at a rundown. And some errors on the infield is going to produce another run. (9-5) now, Far West on top.
One more, Sean.
1 and 2. Pitch is going to scoot away again. Payoff pitch. Three balls, 2 strikes, a run already in. And they got him swinging for the second out. 2 away in the inning now as Brian Uribe comes to the plate. Looks like we are going to see a new pitcher. New pitcher coming in. We'll tell you about him when we come back. Far West is already added on 1, and they're up by 4.
We are the game changers, the soldiers.
We are one and we are many.
We fight together for one common goal.
But how we fight?
Well, that couldn't be any more different.
We each have our own skills
and our own needs.
Which is why we choose these as our weapons.
A collection of the hottest tools to give us the power we strive for.
These are the game changers.
For the game changers.
We are one.
We are many.
We are DeMarini Nation.
Power to the players.
Next.
Expected wait time, 55 minutes. Your call is important to us. Thank you for your patience.
In the nation, we know how it feels when you aren't treated like a priority. We do things differently.
We'll take care of it.
We put members first.
Thank you.
Join the nation.
Nationwide is on your side.
All right, they are getting ready. One more championship game, the 14U division. They're from the southeast, where they play a little hockey here in the stadium. Play the Central right here on the diamond as soon as this one is done. And our final game of the USSSA All-American Games 9-13 U championships on the air.
Jump back number 83, Brian Rigo.
All right. New pitcher coming in for the Midwest. It's Hudson White. And he grounds it. Gets a ground ball to the shortstop. Throw goes wide. And
Now back number 28, Matt Polk.
run number 10 is going to come in. So a 10-5 Far West lead. Getting the barbecue ready for in between games. I would assume it's hot and ready to go.
The barbecue is ready to go, Bernie, as is the coleslaw and the potato salad, sweet iced tea. We are ready to have ourselves a good old-fashioned Southern barbecue in between the 1,300 and 1,400 championship games.
That's already been delivered.
It has. There we go. Look at that. Fresh fruit.
We'll have to see if it's, I'm sure it's going to be outstanding, right?
My wife cooked it. You know it's going to be outstanding. And even if it's not outstanding, we're still going to say it's
Absolutely.
outstanding. Because a happy wife is a happy life.
I hear you there. Hudson White got the ground ball but couldn't get the final out. Now dealing with Matt Polk. The 3-1 pitch upcoming from Hudson White. And ball 4.
Now batting number 87, Justin Smith.
Two away. It's like a never-ending inning. Right back up the middle, another base hit.
Now batting number 30, Brian Kraft.
We're most likely in the point of the tournament here, Bernie, where these pitching staffs are starting to wear thin.
Yep.
You know, a lot of pitches been thrown. And the pitch count rules, they're pretty strict and pretty stringent for protection of the player's arms. So you run into a situation where you've got a player that you've been holding back a day or two, and he comes on the mound and isn't able to get the job done for you. It can put a hiccup in your plan from a coaching standpoint.
Take another break. New pitcher coming in. Far West, well on top.
From a club perspective, we have noticed the spike and have had a lot of questions. We have surmised that maybe the diagnostic testing has become more sophisticated, but clearly, the concerns, have to be assessed by people in the medical field. In many cases, apparently, the medical teams involved believe that the damage was done in the youth level, and then we're dealing with it now on the professional side.
It's 10-5 here in the 7th inning. Midwest trying to figure out a way to get the final out. A long tournament. Zach Kirill has moved from center field in.
So, Bernie, what do you think these 13-year-olds are going to talk about on the first day of school when they get back?
Probably what a great week it was here. How well Matt Trebuchet ran the tournament.
Well, I don't know if they're going to talk about that. I think they're going to talk more about the fact that they got to play on MLB.com.
Yep.
That they got to play on the field that is the spring training home of the Houston Astros. That they got to play for their respective regions team in the All-American games.
Question right now for the Midwest, can they get the final out here? In the top of the 7th inning. In a 10-5 Far West lead. Brian Kraft batting at the plate. Scott from Osceola Heritage Park checking in with us, making sure everything is good.
Yeah, one of those things you always have to worry about this time of year in Central Florida in the afternoon is that humidity builds and builds and builds, is those pop-up showers and pop-up lightning storms. The lightning capital of the United States is Lakeland, Florida, about 45 miles or 40 to 45 miles down the road from us. More lightning strikes in the city of Lakeland, Florida every year than there are in the entire state of California. So something to always be concerned about here in Central Florida in this time of the year.
Popped up, final out, 2 more in the 7th. Final 3 outs for Midwest. We play our final half inning when we come back.
From a club perspective, we have noticed the spike and have had a lot of questions. We have surmised that maybe the diagnostic testing has become more sophisticated, but clearly, the concerns, have to be assessed by people in the medical field. In many cases, apparently, the medical teams involved believe that the damage was done in the youth level, and then we're dealing with it now on the professional side.
We're back for four in the 2nd, run in the 4th, 3 in the 6th, and 2 more in the 7th. They have doubled up the Midwest. You can tell that it has been a long day of baseball here. Trying to battle through here. And Brian Uribe, hopeful that he can close things out here in this championship game. Does the Midwest have what it takes to work their way back? It starts obviously with base runners. Both teams with 9 hits. Chase Spencer to the leadoff hitter.
Come on.
Hits this one out to right field, and it's going to fall for a base hit. They need 5 to tie it.
Now batting number 57, Rohan.
Rowan Ellington swings through the first pitch. He has struck out twice.
Well, any comeback, any rally starts with that first runner. Going to take a little bit more than one here for the Midwest, but anything's possible. Nobody's counting them out, that's for sure. They've scored a boatload of runs this week.
One more.
52 coming into this game. So 57 so far in 7 games.
A rebase pitch fouled back and away. The 0-2 again. Miss inside.
Come on, Brian.
One ball, 2 strikes with 1 on. Missed again. Runner going. Here's the throw down to second. And he slid in there safely. It looked pretty close. Down at second base.
Throw is just a tad high to the shortstop side of the bag. You want to see that throw low to the second base side.
Here's another look.
See the shortstop have to reach back across Bernie there to get him. That throw comes in a little bit more closer to the bag. That swipe tag gets the runner.
And Ellington continues to battle here. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out.
Oh my gosh.
Missed again, it's 3-2.
Do it again, buddy.
And ball 4, there's 2 base runners now.
Well, if you're the Midwest, you couldn't set this up any better, could you?
Nope.
Your first 2 guys in the bottom of the 7th get on base. You got nobody out.
And you got Jason and the 10-hole coming to the plate.
Jackson, I believe it's Favre. I believe he's got that misplaced VR thing going on.
Yep. Now Jackson with an X. It's all about the style points, right?
Style points count, especially in the Olympics.
Yeah. Final night of swimming, maybe the final race for Michael Phelps in his brilliant career.
I saw where he grabbed a silver last night. Does he have another event, Bernie? You would know. You were a swimmer.
They got a relay tonight.
A relay. You swam in college, did you not?
I did. That's correct.
Any aspirations for the Olympics when you were in college?
There's only 2 that make it per event in America, so it's very difficult.
So
we needed to be a
you
foreigner
weren't
of
number
some
1
sort.
or number 2?
That's true.
Okay. Got an education out of the deal, though, didn't you?
Yep.
There you go.
Two balls and a strike. 2 on. Nobody out. Jackson Favre. Continuing this game, popped up. Not playable again.
One more, buddy.
Two, got him swinging. There's out number 1. No outs have come easy, it seems like, today.
Now batting number 67,
Gentry Cantrell at the plate. Ground ball, it scoots through. They're trying to score a run. They're testing the arm again, and it's on the money again, and they got him again. Oh, wow. What a clinic put on by the left fielder today for the Far West. That's Rossi Martinez again with a bullet. You'd think there's no way they would test him again. Rossi Martinez, incredible. Here's a look.
He's out. Umpire right on top of it. Trying to stretch that from third. Of course, I understand the player's just listening to his coach, but really no reason to attempt that.
Yep. Down
by 5 runs.
Looks like they're going to make a pitching change. Take another look at Rossi Martinez's throw. He has got a cannon out there in left field.
That's the second one he's diced today.
Now there's 2 outs. Justin Smith in from right field to try to close things out. Runners on the corners. They're still huddling, waiting, and coming in from right field, maybe getting a couple extra throws here. Trebs?
Yeah, probably just a tad. Of course, the rule book allows him 7. But, of course, if the umpire feels he needs more, he can give him more. The last thing you obviously want is an arm injury here at the end of the season for any of these players.
Justin Smith telling him he's got one more. And now Hudson White, the catcher, comes to the plate. Final hope. There is a pitch that is high for a ball.
That was definitely a bang-bang play at the plate there, Bernie. But still, I'm going to go back to with down by 5. It just didn't make any sense to risk that out at the plate.
There's a base hit. That's going to drive home run number 6. They continue to battle here.
Now batting number 68.
Zach Carroll at the plate. First pitch grounded foul. Carroll awaits the 0-1. And now they're down to their final strike. The 0-2. On the ground to first, corralled by the far west, and they are the USSSA All-American champions. Final score in this one, 10-6. What a win for the far west team. And it featured a number of brilliant throws by Rossi Martinez out in left field. What a showcase it was, Matt.
What a display, a lot of offense in this game. We did see some good, nice defensive play, some smooth defensive play, some transitions on the infield, a lot of good footwork. Just a great week of baseball for both these clubs. Neither one of these teams have anything to be ashamed of, especially the Midwest. They definitely, you know, the coach said he's nitty-gritty, and boy, they were nitty-gritty all the way to the last wire. Good for them.
A big win here today for the Far West. They win it by 4 runs, 4 in the second. Really got them started as they went on for a 10-6 victory. What an impressive day for these athletes. And Bacana Owasso is down on the field with our Jade Smith after the big 10-5 win.
Thanks, Bernie. Tell me about that spectacular double play. You did a really good job. It was a very heads-up play by you. I mean, did you just recognize it pretty fast?
I mean, yeah, it was a great job by the team because we got the job done, so it was well done by the team, though.
And it was a competitive game throughout the whole time. What do you think your team did the best?
I think we played the best defense, and we jumped on top of when they were down, and we just jumped on top of it and had the opportunity.
and how much fun did you have throughout the entire week getting to play with the All-American games?
Oh my God, it was amazing.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jade. We'll take a break here, and one more championship game coming your way from Osceola County Stadium. The Far West winning at 10-6. Matt Trebuchet, Jade Smith, our entire MLB.com crew. Bernie got this saying, so long for now. Congratulations to the Far West winning this 13U championship.